All right. Hi. Flora McCormick here, and I'm so excited to be here with Brittany, who's a current client who would like to share a bit of her journey in sustainable parenting. Would you start by sharing what brought you to reach out for support? What was going on?
The biggest issue that we had at hand had to do with potty training. Our oldest son had been pooping and peeing where he shouldn't be on the floor. We thought he kind of was potty trained for a little bit, I'd say a couple weeks, and then just had all sorts of issues. And it was around the time that my second son was born. So we were going through that big change and potty training our oldest. So that was the biggest issue. There were also, I talked to Flora early on about the safety concerns because he would run into the street, and we were having issues with that, running away from both my husband and I. I lost your audio, Flora.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah, better.
So sorry. So yes, and what are you noticing now? What's been different?
Um, well, definitely you just started very basic with us on highlighting the good, really make a big deal about that when he did use the potty. So just the techniques and strategies that you helped both my husband and I with, we immediately started seeing results with him going using the bathroom. So that was huge. We felt like that was the biggest reason why we first contacted you, and we got help with that immediately within weeks, I would say. So that was wonderful to get that support and help.
And let me say, like, you really like did the things that can be sometimes the hardest part is to like get advice and try it. Was there like, any worry, apprehension? I know that we've talked about your journey of being aligned with gentle parenting values. Like, would you share a little bit about that journey, what it's been like to shift from some of the just inside yourself of what you used to think you needed to stick with into like what new kind of overall thoughts or feelings you've been having?
Yeah, I had done two potty training courses online, and I think I even made contact. I sent like some emails with somebody that I had connected with on social media, and so yeah, I definitely had apprehension even finding you because I was just like, it's not gonna work in a way because everything else I've been doing wasn't helping. And it was that mix of like almost punitive, like, should we be punishing him for this behavior or also being too kind or just ignoring all the good that he was doing. So there's just so many different techniques out there. And I think finding you, it helped me realize that the values that you teach in your course really did align with my husband and I's. We just didn't know how to, um, we didn't know how to go about it. And I really lacked a lot of confidence. I wouldn't say my husband lacked as much confidence, but I did for sure because I took in all these different sources and they weren't helping. So there was something to meet with you and to have that personal touch, and your experience was tremendous. That helped a lot. It gave me confidence even early on, even though I was apprehensive that these techniques would work because we had been a year into dealing with the potty issue in particular. So
That can
yeah,
be easy to be like, I think I've tried everything. I mean, just it's never gonna work. I hear that so much from people, and I think like, no, I bet you really, really haven't. I mean, if you've tried everything you've been able to find on your own, great. I mean, you're amazing. But that's where an expert can really help you see blind spots or help give you even more. That's their job, is to have spent a years of gaining more tools to help you in those pieces. So I think it can take a risk to be willing to hire an expert, but if someone is in a space of like, but I want it to be better fast. I'm done with trying to just keep grabbing at things that aren't working, trying everything, but like only trying what I can find. Those are the people that I love. I'm so glad that you came to work with us and get to experience that change. And you got your little one
Yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I feel like I had maybe tried some of the tools that you had given me, but I
Mhm.
did not have that confidence, and so I wasn't consistent. And so it
Mm,
wouldn't stick. And
yeah.
then I'd have to go to like, do I need to be, more harsh or firm or
Yeah.
more kind? What's working? It was
Right.
very, very frustrating. And
Yeah.
yeah, it leads you to feel like you're failing and you're not. I mean, no parent is that's trying, but we need help and support, and that's what you were there for.
Yeah, so then that space to be able to have a real person say, "That's not a fail, even if it kinda went bad, it was just that's a part of this process. Trust it, keep at it, stick with it." Yeah, and I can remember that when I was in early parenting, like, because you doubt, you're like, "Okay, well, he screamed at me a bunch, does that mean this isn't a good approach?" And then you jump to something else, and so having, someone reassure you and say, no, this is a part of this process and trust that it's going to kind of have this arc of challenge and then get better. But I know this will work for you. That
Yeah.
helped your consistency.
Hmm. For
Mhm.
sure.
And
Yeah.
then would you share a little? I think you and Ty are such a great example. We were just talking so much about this yesterday, getting on the same page. Like he was saying, I didn't feel like you were letting me be a parent in some ways. And you're saying, well, yeah, because I didn't want to do it your way, but then he didn't want to fully do it your way. How has this, and then our discussion yesterday, you both feeling, looking and acting more like a team and feeling better about that. Tell
Hmm.
us about that piece.
Yeah, I'd say just recently it's gotten way better too within the last month. So I forget how long we've been in the program now, maybe
Yeah,
three
about
months.
3.5
Is that
months.
right? Okay. So
Mhm.
I'd say it's taken a good 2.5 months before um, Tyson maybe even was like, okay, like he really just thought it was just for me. I really believed that at the beginning. He's just like, Brittany needs this.
Mhm.
And um, he's seen like how our resets, how those have been really working with our oldest son particularly. And he's jumped on board and done it. And it's been working. And he finds at the end that he just says, wow, that was much easier. That went way better than I thought it was going to go because he just tried it. And so we are gaining some confidence with that. We still have a lot of work to do, but, and I just appreciate him showing up. That's huge too, that
Yeah.
because he didn't have to, especially because he thought it was just for me. So he showed up, and I think it helped hearing the other parents, and he respects you a lot as well. And so that helps. That's really helped in our relationship that we can build that confidence. And um, yeah, we've just found that middle ground. And that's all along what we were trying to do. But because of sleep deprivation and other stressors, I guess, we were just fighting over like essentially nothing, it seemed like. And yet it was a huge source of conflict. So now that we're able to find that middle ground and work towards that and take turns and support each other, that's huge. We haven't been able to do that before now. So I hope it just keeps on progressing. And yeah, we have room to just be human and make mistakes, but we also are working towards the same goal that we want to raise responsible, kind, caring people. And so, yeah, it's it's been a huge help to find you and the community.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and letting others to be able to see that. Is there anything else you wanna say in closing? Anything else?
Um, just if you are new to it, just give it your all, try it, and it can't hurt anything and it can really help a whole lot.
Mm,
So, yeah,
yes.
they just trust it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brittany. I'll let you get on with your day with your little guy there, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.